I love you, Blake. I love you, Yang. But we mustn't tell Ruby.
Oh my God! You guys are dating? Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, you want to do a threesome?
That was bad. I thought that was
That's where Jason's coming. Are you playing with your dolls again? No,
you did not see me playing with my dolls again.
Oh God!
So Ruby and her dog are just gonna hang.
Ruby and your dog. You might be wondering why we're playing with our dolls today, but we also have Pocky and some Japanese, what do they call it? Gummy snacks. I have some Sapporo. We're drinking, what is this?
Plum wine.
Plum wine.
It's actually, Leslie, where's this plum wine from? Do you know?
It's from Japan. Yeah. Kyoto, Japan.
It smells like soy sauce.
I don't really love it, I gotta say.
I don't really like it either.
Yeah. That's why I have my terrible. But you might be wondering why we have all this Japanese stuff out.
Yeah, what's the deal here?
We're doing another Japanese themed episode, and today is a very special day. It's been a long time in coming, and today we're going to break down Hayao Miyazaki versus Makoto Shinkai.
Yes, we are. And there was a Golden Globe given out to Hayao Miyazaki.
The Golden Globes was Boy and the Heron versus Suzume, which we've done a previous episode on, and the award was given to The Boy and the Heron. And we're going to discuss today in great detail whether or not Boy and the Heron deserve the award, whether or not Suzume deserve the award.
We're going to break down, what we think about Miyazaki, what we think about Shinkai, maybe their strengths and weaknesses. We're going to go into specifics about their filmography, about their storytelling style, about the music, of course. We have to talk about the music.
The Radwimps.
And I'm probably going to eat this entire thing of Pockies because I can't stop.
Same.
We have some different sakes. We got some beers and cocktails we're going to have. Because you never know where anything's going to go on Two Drunk Dorks.
Because this is the show where we drink.
And we know things. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So you're going to mix us some lovely Tokyo mules. That's awesome.
And I have something for us.
Oh, for the set?
I have something for set, which is very sort of appropriate for today.
Okay.
My Secret Santa actually got me these lovely Miyazaki burned wooden coasters.
What a great Secret Santa.
This is Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away,
My friend
Totoro, and Princess Mononoke.
Okay. Yeah.
So these are going to be on set, but actually I think what we should do is we should use these today.
Yeah, let's use these.
I think Les should do Kiki.
Your Tokyo Mule, sir.
Tokyo Mule.
Yay.
Are you having one?
I am.
You got your mule cup?
Yep. Got my mule cup.
One day, Mr. Miyazaki met Mrs. Miyazaki, and they got together, and they gave birth to a son, and they named him Hayao.
Yeah.
And then Hayao, apparently though, Mr. Miyazaki, Hayao's father, actually owned a factory that built cockpits for the fighter planes in World War II.
Yep, and that's why it shows up in some of his films.
And he's very anti-war. He is not a fan of anime. But he did direct some early episodes of some things. One of the very first things he did was, Jason probably knows this, it was Lupin the Third, wasn't it?
Yes.
Which Lupin is a sort of well-known 70s, 80s like manga and anime series. He did the movie. I myself have not seen it. And then shortly after that, you looked this up. He started Studio Ghibli with two other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he founded Ghibli. And, that's a big difference between Shinkai and Miyazaki is that Miyazaki was actually founder of Ghibli, and that's not...
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. At least you didn't actually know that either. Ghibli is Miyazaki. Miyazaki is Ghibli. Like, they're synonymous.
But not every Ghibli film is directed by or written by Miyazaki, because they do have...
They have a couple of them, but the ones that aren't are usually pretty pan, and they usually kind of suck.
Yeah. It's like,
and of course, the guy fucking retires every 2 years.
Yeah. When he came out of retirement for this final film, he was 85 years old.
And well, he came out of retirement for The Wind Also Rises, and I think he came out of retirement for Ponyo.
And now on the flip side, Shinkai works with Comics Wave,
And he's always worked with Comics Wave. But Comics Wave existed before Shinkai did stuff.
Yeah, so The Place Promised in Our Early Days was Comics Wave, and it was Shinkai's first film, and you can really see some similarities, between that film and his later films. It's just that they've grown a little. So you saw Your Name, Leslie, the other day, right?
Oh,
Your Name is like, I think when Shinkai really kind of blossomed and came,
it was the most beautiful.
of course, Garden of Words
Garden of
was before
Words.
that, and that was really special. But
I think Garden of Words is where he sort of like realized that like he's better at like people stories.
Yeah.
He's better at telling stories about people.
Yep.
As opposed to what? Like, what were his other stories about?
Well,
Fantasy.
The Place Promised in Early Days is
Okay.
a bit of it. It's like a time jumping, but also a dimensional jumping type movie. And so is Your Name.
Does he often do time jumping? Because, yeah, Your Name.
It seems
good question.
it's
Because it like The Place Promised in Our Early Days has a few things in it that Your Name pays off perfectly. So he
interesting.
tried, and I'm just speculating here. I don't know, but it seems like he tried with The Place Promised in Our Early Days, and he was going for this like interdimensional kind of relationship thing.
he was going for his first movie to be like really epic.
Yeah,
and it was epic. But
yeah. If we're gonna rate the filmography, Miyazaki has the upper hand because he's got such a glorious,
40 plus years.
yeah, 40 plus years of making films. So how
I mean, granted that's true, yes, but as the newcomer coming in, like Shinkai, like the movies they're so much more intense, especially like some of the earlier stuff, like Kiki's Delivery Service and My Neighbor Totoro, and I'm going to interrupt myself.
We got the wheel. Oh, shots.
Okay, sweet.
Up in here.
All right, am I spinning this?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna spin it this time, and then they're gonna spin it the next times.
That's the same noise you made when you threw them out.
It's Adam's. Is it me or Adam's choice? I can't tell. It's my choice.
Right in the middle. Oh yeah, I'd say
Walt's
it's Walt's
My choice.
Okay,
Woo!
Walt's choice.
What'd you think, Walt?
Banzai. Kamikaze.
Banzai!
Kamikaze it is.
Kamikazes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, also, I want to add in. I have these too. These are Japanese. They're grape candy. They're hard to find. I fucking love these. They're like crack. So I have some for here,
Did they pull out your fillings?
and then here.
No,
This
not
is
bad.
for Jason
Okay,
and
great.
Leslie
This
here.
is mine in the middle. Don't touch it.
They look kind of cool, don't
more
they?
squirt. Yeah.
It's kind of like purpley at the top, and
It's
sort
a
of
nice little
pinky at the
gradient.
bottom.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. All right, well,
Two, French
here's-
kamikazes.
or a ruby red kamikaze.
Yes. Cheers. Cheers, Jason.
Jason?
I'm not reaching.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm just gonna click from here. Click, click.
Yes, pretend clicking.
Click, 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 click.
All right.
Oh yeah, that was a lot like a regular kamikaze, but I think maybe we
Lime juice, Adam.
might have overdone it on the lunch.
Funny
Oh.
story.
It was a lot
When
of
we were
lime.
making these, I was asking Adam if we were supposed to have that much lime juice. And he's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
No,
everything we
it's just
drink.
It's like just a little squirt of fucking lime juice. God damn.
Tickling me at the
I
end.
I
shit my
know.
pants.
I still liked it, but
Oh my god.
Chris.
All right. We make good decisions.
Miyazaki has also been able to pull a lot from like different folklore, like Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke, about like a lot of like spirits of the forests and dust mites, and like how what he kind of pulls on is that like Japanese, one of their belief system is the system of the kamis. And the kami's idea is that like it's 1,000 gods, that everything has like a spirit and everything's kind of a god. And Miyazaki plays off that quite a bit with a lot of his stories, because like everything's like a spirit and everything has a spirit and everything has its place in the universe of the spirit realm. And a lot of his movies deal with a lot of that aspect, which is something that Shinkai has never really gone in. He kind of did into it in Suzume, but
And if you look at our earlier review of Suzume, we actually addressed that idea that, so if you look at Miyazaki, his films have always been about the fantastical, the spirit realms, and how, everything's kind of either connected or interconnected in that way. And Shinkai's have been a little bit more about the human aspects, while having a very strong element of fantasy, whether it's magic or time travel or body swapping. We've talked about that. But the fact that Miyazaki's films are about more of like they touch on the lore, like actual folklore.
There's folklore.
And we don't see that necessarily.
And the magic behind the folklore, and the magic of like special areas. Miyazaki movies, a lot of times, going through a torii gate takes you someplace special. Go through a tunnel, and you get to a fantastical place, and you'll meet fantastical creatures and fantastical beings.
Yep. And they're not what you expect. I think Miyazaki loves to make the viewers go, "What the fuck?"
Yep.
I think
That checks out.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing, and Shinkai, I feel like does too, but at a what the fuck? Like it's a different kind of feeling.
They're more
One is repulsive, the other is. I feel like Miyazaki's approach is like, how much can I repulse them without them wanting to actually turn this off? Where Shinkai's more like,
but it's
how beautiful can I make this without making them cry?
True.
But Miyazaki, it's not about repulsing people, because like a lot of like the stuff
Did you see that old lady in Spirited Away?
Yeah, of course I have.
Oh yeah.
She's so gross in that thing on her face. Go to the dermatologist.
Okay, the newest film, Boy and the Heron. You didn't see it, I know, but this freaking heron's mouth opens and this dude with this ugly warted nose comes out, climbs out.
But see,
disgusting.
a lot of things in Spirited Away too. There, the Japanese folklore. There's these things that are called yokai, and yokai is anything sort of fantastical. Like when weird shit happens to the people, the Japanese people, they can't explain it. So like everything has what's called a yokai, and every yokai is either male or female. They're like the kappa. They're like turtle people. They're the dragon. Any like so like everything. I mean, like even the old lady Baba is part of. Very ensconced in the folklore of like Japanese folklore.
And that proves the point about Miyazaki's storytelling. So that gives us a little grounding in the histories as much as we know, which isn't a whole lot. But then, Les, I feel like we got to do something a little different now. What do you got planned?
Time for Booze Clues.
Booze Clues!
Booze Clues! Yay!
All right, so Les, Booze Clues. We haven't done this in a while. What are we looking at here?
Well, this is a Japanese themed thing.
So the category is Japanese themed cocktails, or
No, it's a. I don't want to tell you because you're just gonna fucking know.
okay? So she's thinking this might be too.
Kamikaze.
I think it's gonna be too easy. No, that's why we didn't have triple sec because we ran out. Right. So I think that the first thing you should do is just
Taste
just
and smell
it and sip it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm afraid that you're just going to be able to guess from that, and we're not even going to need clues.
Oh man,
my
that smells
fear.
great. You think we would know this?
Oh, great.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay, so
Okay, good. No, this
right.
is good. I'm happy about this. I'll give you some clues about what this might be, in case you don't
It
know.
smells like a cocktail.
but it tastes like it has orange in it.
It's not sake.
Okay.
Oh, maybe there could be.
No, it tastes like orange.
Is there?
What about a taste? Any have a
Is
sip of
there?
it?
Are there carbonated sakes?
Maybe. No, it tastes like orange. What's the first clue, Les?
Your first clue is that while this is considered a very popular drink in Japan, it's actually brewed in Canada.
What the frick? This is a beer. This is like Kirin Ichiban.
Okay.
This is
Adam,
like
that's your guess?
Yeah, Kirin Ichiban's not
Ichiban?
brewed in Canada.
that's true. Ichiban definitely a Japanese beer.
Well, I mean, so Japanese beer is pretty accurate. It's premium beer, even, you might say.
Is it intense?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Intense premium beer. So it's 4.9%. It's imported by a company out of New York. It just doesn't seem
Is it really brewed in Canada?
Japanese, but it's so... It is brewed in Canada.
The frick?
Ontario, Canada. But it's hella popular in Japan. And if I said, this is a Japanese beer, you'd be like, oh yeah, duh.
Is it Sapporo beer?
Ding ding! Ding ding ding! It's Sapporo.
So, does it taste different out of the cocktail glass than it does out of your big?
Well, I feel like Pinky's out for this.
It looks lighter
It does.
in that glass.
Look at that.
This is lovely, actually.
So Walt has been drinking
This
this.
is-
I would
This
settle
is
for
my
no less
Sapporo.
than serving.
Yeah, it even smells different.
Does it?
How's that possible?
Well,
It does.
Does it taste
Well,
different?
that's weird.
It smells
So-
different.
Whoa. Okay, this says that it's brewed in Vietnam. Right? And now this.
What the hell?
says that it's brewed and bottled in Ontario, Canada.
That's why it tastes different.
Wow!
The water is very different.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's just like when
Not
they
only
make
the
Chicago
water.
style pizza with Chicago water.
Yes. Now, Walt knew this was Sapporo, and I didn't, so I got to chug.
I drink Sapporo at the cottage. I drink Sapporo at the campfire out back. So
He didn't know it was Sapporo from
tasting
Vietnam.
it. Or Canada,
I didn't know it
apparently.
was from Canada either. That's crazy.
Bottle Canada. That one, Vietnam. Did you
Just
chug
drank
it?
that.
Yeah.
Good
Uh-oh.
job. Bravo.
Anyway, now we're going to
Let's talk about the filmography.
the filmography.
Can we start the filmography by, can you define what filmography means?
Yeah, it's just their body of work, their
Body of work.
films.
Okay, like discography, but for filmmakers.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, obviously, Miyazaki goes back a little while longer than Shinkai, and you and I probably have 4 Shinkai films in our list that we've seen. 5 maybe?
No, we did watch
You got 5, right?
5 millimeters a second, but we don't
Oh.
remember. It was like three weird short episodes.
Yeah. And then Miyazaki, we've got the collection. I don't know if it's still here, but we've got the collection of Miyazaki works, and there's 15 just in that one.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that they were so different in their,
Well, Miyazaki's been making films
he's
for a
an
lot
old
longer.
man.
And some of the Miyazaki movies are very iconic, like Spirited Away won an Academy Award. Most people know and love Howl's Moving Castle. Howl's Moving Castle is iconic.
It's my favorite Miyazaki film.
My
How about
favorite Miyazaki too?
Ponyo? It's a real easy watch. It's got some weird shit in it, but it's really friendly and, like has a lot of themes people can really connect to and understand.
Totoro, which the Totoro creature is it's the Studio Ghibli logo.
Yeah.
The Totoro is a very, very easily accessible, very simple storyline, but it's very powerful because it's about girls finding spirits and going to the spirit realm while their mother is dying. Miyazaki has a lot of things too, with like things happening to like adults, like parents.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Away,
dying
they
or
turn
they're
into-
sick
turn
or
into
like
pigs.
bad things are happening, and like the kids always have to sort of save the day.
Yeah, true.
Miyazaki as being a child of World War II, a lot of his work is very much anti-war. Even okay, so Howl's Moving Castle was written by Diane Weiss-Jones, who's an English author. It's actually the only well, no, I'm sorry, because Lupin. But of the main movies, Howl's Moving Castle, which is one of the more popular ones, is actually one of the only ones that was written by somebody else. And here's a little known fact, is that Miyazaki never writes scripts, he just does storyboards. He has never once written a script for any of these movies.
I like
He
that.
just goes into work, draws. He smokes like a fucking chimney. And if you see like anything behind the documentaries behind the scenes at Studio Ghibli, everyone there's wearing a mask because he's just like walking around like smoking a fucking like 10 packs a day.
Oh, that would get old real fast.
Miyazaki movies are very, very whimsical through and through. And it doesn't matter what's going on, but they're always very whimsical. Whereas Shinkai is very much grounded. Like he
It's a little bit more human-centric.
they're very
human-centric.
very relationship based.
Mhm.
But that's not to say that that Shinkai's movies have less of an impact.
No, let's get into what we actually really like about each of these directors and what we don't.
You start.
All right. So, Miyazaki's ability to tell a story that no one would have ever conceived of in their wildest dreams. I love that. This guy thinks up shit that when you're in the theater or when you're in your living room and you're watching it, you're like, are you fucking serious?
That's fair. That checks out.
And it's a beautiful thing, this guy's imagination. On the flip side of the coin,
But isn't that the same like with Shinkai? Like, are you serious?
That's what I'm saying. On Shinkai has the ability to move you emotionally into a realm you thought maybe was dormant, maybe you didn't access in a long time. You didn't think you could feel that way either now or anymore. And I think that's a different thing.
I have to agree with that. the majority. I mean, we could nitpick every movie, but we'd be here till next week with Miyazaki. But like overall, they're very fantastic because like and we talked about like though the Japanese folklore, which is like not accessible to us because we're Western audiences. So first of all, like just the sensibility of Japanese folklore to us is like fucking mind blowing. But he does have the human elements weaved in with that, which makes things interesting. And you're like sometimes confused, they're complex, but you're just like, you're enthralled because like, I don't know any Miyazaki movie that I can't watch over and over again. And to be fair, like when my son was like 3, 4, 5 years old, we would watch like Kiki's Delivery Service and Howl's Moving Castle and Totoro. We would watch it and be like, again, and we would fucking watch Totoro 5 times in a row, which...
Well, arguably, Totoro is a kid's film.
I know, but it's got such adult themes, so... But they don't have the same, like, all those movies, while I think they're great, they have never sort of reached into the cockles of my heart, like Garden of Words, Whether You and Your Name. There's a lot of innocence to... Well, actually, never mind. There's a lot of innocence to both of them. But there's even like a lot of innocence to the Shinkai, like because the characters are so young usually.
They are, but they usually are very headstrong. They know exactly what they want, and I would say there's more innocence in Miyazaki's films. Yeah.
Well, there is one thing we haven't touched on that is a huge factor, I think, for both these guys, and that on one hand, Shinkai has the Radwimps. And Miyazaki has Joe
Hisaishi.
Now, to be fair, Miyazaki, like every now and then, like I get the music from Howl's Moving Castle stuck in my head. Like I can hear it. It's all very...
Well, he's a brilliant composer.
He's very much, again, to go to Lucas, like he's very much...
The John Williams.
So
Joe, Hisaishi has been coined the John Williams of the anime world.
Well, anime world or Studio Ghibli?
The anime world. I've heard this. What I'm going to say is I don't disagree. But here's the thing. Shinkai's films. Okay, so we're transitioning now to like what we really enjoy is the score and the soundtrack. Shinkai's films. Shinkai said this. I wanted to do something Miyazaki would never do, and that's have rock music in one of my movies, to score one of my movies. And he said that about Your Name, right? Mm-hmm. And he hired the Radwimps, a Japanese pop band, to score the film. So that's going to be something that we transition with a...
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So is this a shot time?
Mm-hmm.
Another shot time.
Who hit the damn button?
You did.
God, motherfucker.
I would like to point out that I have not hit the shot time button yet. Spinning.
The bucket!
Oh,
the bucket! Sweet!
All right.
It flies back, too.
All right, bucket of player choice.
Bucket, 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 bucket.
We're the worst.
We are terrible. We are the absolute worst.
Wait,
Let's do it around.
clockwise.
All right,
Yep.
I'm doing for Leslie.
Yeah.
She's doing for you. You're doing.
Are we doing for Jason? Are you doing this?
Yeah, come on in here. Come on in here.
All right.
All right. So Jason's doing for Leslie.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Ooh, 99 bananas. Pineapples. Okay, great.
All right, Leslie.
So you gotta do for me.
Yeah.
Oh, good call.
right.
That's lovely.
Dig in here
Oh, yeah,
for
dig around.
Adam.
Tequila.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
sweet.
you want some lime juice? You can do a cement mixer.
Hey, apple pie.
All right.
Ooh,
well, I
God.
think we're all just winning here. Do you guys want cement mixers?
No.
Asking. You do. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
She's gonna make this mixer for what?
Fuck yeah. I got it. Slow and
I
steady.
love Irish whiskey or Irish cream.
Oh, that I think I just swallowed a sponge. So we are now coming to the meat of this whole episode.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
When we set out to do this episode of Miyazaki versus Shinkai, what was the catalyst of this was the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Boy versus the Heron. No,
No,
the Boy and the Heron versus Suzume.
No.
And we have talked about Suzume. We have a whole episode of Suzume,
Yep,
which
yep.
you should have watched by now. If not,
Yep.
watch it. And now we should give a little bit of our thoughts and impressions, briefly,
right.
for us,
All right.
of Boy versus the Heron.
The Boy and the Heron. The Boy and the Heron was a beautiful film. It was very entertaining. It had a great music bed, a lot of decorative piano. It was entertaining all the way through. It kept you kind of wondering. But my biggest gripe. Now, okay, let me rewind just a little bit. The animation style was very reminiscent of anything else we had seen.
Very Studio
Miyazaki,
Ghibli.
Yeah. The storyline was also, but I will say, this one left me with a lot of unanswered questions, and that's
That's a
kind of
rough feeling.
That's kind of like the feeling I don't like.
It's like not having an orgasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like build up.
Yeah,
Shit.
because there's so many things that happened, and I was like, "That's very interesting." Now, pay it off. Tell me why that happened. Where the story came to that.
Pay it
conclusion.
off. I like that.
And it didn't.
Fuck.
It didn't at all. So
Bummer.
it left me kind of like me and my daughter went to see it in the theater, and she's 17, and we were both sitting there going, And I was like, "What do you think?"
The movie ended,
know.
and you're just like,
Sort of.
what?
I don't know. So like, and I'll flip that coin and I'll say when we got done watching Suzume, which is what this whole discussion is about, is Boy and the Heron versus Suzume, really. When I got done watching Suzume, I thought, wow, that was very unique. There was more Miyazaki-esque moments. The chair.
Yeah.
The cat, the huge
weird-
cats
the
in
weird-
spirit realm.
Yeah, the weird like dragon looking things.
Yes. So, for me, they both pose similar challenges where they didn't completely answer all of the plot questions.
They didn't hit they both didn't hit the home run.
Right. So.
It was like a triple for each one.
Yeah, it was a triple. They left you like hanging on third base going, ooh, I'm going to go in.
Yeah.
When I watched both of these movies, when I watched Suzume, I was like thinking, okay, he's trying to be Miyazaki. And honestly, when I watched Boy and the Heron, I felt like he's like trying to be Shinkai. And I was just like,
Interesting.
what?
Until the guy with the fat nose came out of the fucking
Well,
heron.
not even that, because that's like the weird, but it's like, I felt like they're so far along in like the movies they've done. Like, I'm sure Miyazaki has been like, heard people go Shinkai.
Yeah.
Shinkai's like your Aaron.
Oh,
He's like a,
I know.
and I
yeah.
feel like Miyazaki watched the Shinkai stuff and was just like, huh, I can do that.
He's like,
Yeah.
it's good.
Watch me
And
go.
so I feel like both of their movies are kind of like a weird sort of
That's
crisscross.
interesting.
I'm just going to say that I think Shinkai has really figured out how to take a story about people and some fantastical element, draw your heart in, make you part of the story, and at the end make you just feel this overwhelming sense of awe. Garden of Words, you'll leave that one with tears running down your face. Your Name, your heart swells at the end of that, and you can't help but love those characters and want to watch it immediately again. You want to rewind it right back to the beginning. Weathering with You, Hina and the cat and the little man and the whole situation of the Sunshine Girl. It just gives you this just sense of wonder and awe, and you just want to watch it again when you're done. All that being said, Shinkai gets my 10. I don't think I could say that about Lucas, Spielberg, or any other filmmaker. I think Shinkai is the only filmmaker I'd ever give a 10. And then Miyazaki gets my 9. because Miyazaki is just wonderful. He's awe-inspiring, and he's inspired.
So
so
you're
many
looking at
filmmakers.
this more from the
From
heart
me,
than
yeah.
the brain.
Yep.
Okay, and I was looking at it more from the brain.
I like the different aspects. I like the different approaches.
It's
Feels healthy.
Because I mean, Howl's Moving Castle is probably, I would give Howl's Moving Castle 11 out of 10 if I could.
Yeah, so I would give the award to Shinkai.
I would grudgingly give it to Miyazaki because he is the old fucker.
Okay.
So, however, if we
Everyone gets
were to rate every
awards.
movie, the other all of Shinkai's movies would be up there. I mean, maybe Howl's Moving Castle would be above Garden of Words.
Yeah.
Maybe above Suzume.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
But as we know from previous episodes, like Weathering You is my 10. I think Your Name is your
name's
9.5.
my 10. So like and subscribe,
Please, if you're in a position to help us grow the channel, do anything, share it, tell people about it. Even if they want to laugh at us, we don't care. We like being laughed at.
We like comments that tell us we're dorks.
Or adorable. Write comments in the bathroom wall. Like, share, subscribe. Help us grow the channel. Send us stuff. We still have spaces on the shelves. Leslie, before we go, would you like to add anything?
I want to play euchre.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down.
Okay.
I got a
know how
new
to play
Star Wars.
euchre.
I got a new Star Wars deck of cards.
Anyway, to get back to the
Oh,
closing and the
you
wrapping
mean
up.
something that's related, Walt? No.
Yes.
I have nothing to add.
All right. So thanks for joining Two Drunk Dorks, a show where we drink.
And we know things.
No thanks. Cheers. Hey, Les, this is a very enjoyable drink.
Hi, this is Leslie, the producer of Two Drunk Dorks. I'm here to tell you to drink responsibly. These guys are here for entertainment purposes only. Please practice responsibility in your life. Drink in moderation.